Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's February transits. So let's get into it. No need for any preamble. If you're here, you know what's up. I'm going to start off with February 1st. We have the full moon in Leo. Leo rules the 5th house, and that house is usually associated with children, joy, romance, your hobbies, self-expression. It's a very fun and playful energy, which is going to be nice for if you're working on a creative project, or if you are looking for an opportunity to hype yourself up a little bit. Maybe you've been in a little bit of a slump and not feeling like your best. Take the opportunity with that full moon in Leo to really embrace that energy. It's also a good time to move your body a little bit. Yeah. February 4th, we have Uranus stationing direct in Taurus. So this transit has been happening since September 6th of last year, when Uranus was in Gemini and retrograded backwards into Taurus around November 7th. Those are dates you might want to pay attention to. If you have like a journal or anything, go back to your journal, see what was coming up around that time. And it should be, so we have the second house being activated because Taurus rules the second house. That's finances, your self-worth, material possessions. Pay attention to where your personal Uranus is and what house you have Taurus sitting in, because it might be a little bit different. With Uranus, this is a push to examine your relationship with security, whether that be financial security or just your own personal inner feeling of security within yourself, and change. We're going to have a little bit of opposing energies with this transit because Uranus is all about upheaval and like sudden changes and like just like 1 minute you're here and the next you're somewhere else. And Taurus is a fixed sign, and Taurus is known to have like that stubborn quality to it, and that very much steady, stable energy. Like if a Taurus starts something, they're going to see it through to the end. Whatever that means for them, they're going to follow through on it. And so that opposition is going to come up internally as well. And it's going to ask you to look at how you deal with those themes of sudden change, progress, and your stability, and how often you stick to the things that you start and finish what you start. Once it stations direct, it's going to take a little bit before it starts to move forward into Gemini, which means use that time to get clear on where maybe your comfort zone could be detrimental to your progress. Also, sidebar, I know I said that Taurus are stubborn. I love a Taurus. I do. I feel like, because I'm a Virgo, we're like this. Finishing each other's sentences, okay? I love a Taurus down, okay? February 6th, we have Mercury moving into Pisces. This is going to be lighting up the 12th house, which is hidden aspects, your dreams, private life. It's definitely going to be slipping into the energy of expansion in the mind. Your dreams might be a little weird. You might be noticing more signs, synchronicities. You might be feeling more intuitive yourself. And with Mercury going into Pisces, there's a little bit of like a haziness around communication and your focus. Mercury rules communication. And being in Pisces, which is kind of like, again, I love Pisces, but they do tend to have like one foot planted firmly in this reality and the other one is like 1,000 light years away. I say that with love, but that could mean that miscommunications could happen. It could mean that people aren't as able to speak their minds or to speak plainly, and there will be a lot of you having to read between the lines on things, which that's not always going to go well. Just be mindful of that. There is the plus side of heightened intuition, and your dreams are going to be off the charts, and you're going to be coming up with different perspectives on things that you never had before. But there is also going to be that issue of maybe you not really being able to ground the ideas that you come up with or really make sense of what you're seeing, so it might be confusing. February 10th, we have Venus moving into Pisces, which Venus is exalted in Pisces, which is so funny to me because Venus is really heavily associated with love, and so the fact that it's exalted in the sign of delusion, we'll say it, that is so funny to me. But I mean, it makes sense because Pisces energy is it aligns well with the concept of love, because in order to love fully, you do have to be a little bit ungrounded. Like, you do. That's how it works. And so with this transit, there's going to be a little bit of like love spell energy crossed with rose-colored glasses. Like I said, that Delulu. We gotta but Venus is exalted, so it's a good time for, Venus is also the planet associated with not just love, but beauty and art and all of the creative aspects of life. So it is a good time to pursue something creative, especially if you are in like a spiritual career. There's a good energy around whatever you're working on in that time to thrive. If you're creative, if you're a spiritual worker in any form, pay attention to February 10th because it's going to be a good time to start a project, to introduce something. If you're looking to open up a business, or if you're looking to start opening yourself up to others, that's a good time to do it. February 12th, we will have Mercury conjuncting the North Node. Again, this is all 12th house energy. There's a lot of that energy going around, which does speak to the month of February being potentially a little confusing. But in this case, Mercury being conjunct with the North Node is like a transit that's going to encourage or facilitate faded communication. This could be maybe someone mentioned something and it's what you've been interested in for a while, you've been thinking about doing it, and all of a sudden there's an opportunity for you to do so, and it's just you happen to hear about it. It could also be maybe a dream you have that gives you some newfound clarity on your path, something that you should be pursuing. And it could also be you meeting someone that aligns you a little more with your purpose. The North Node is all about your fate. It's where you're going. So think about that a little bit. Also pay attention to where your personal North Node is, what house or what sign you have your Mercury in. All of these things are personalized, but overall energy, it's in Pisces. That's the 12th house. So it is going to be a little bit of the woo energy. February 13th, which is a Friday. I love Friday the 13th. Saturn will be moving into Aries, and it will stay there all the way through April of 2028. Whatever you start now, whatever energy comes up, you are going to be dealing with this energy all the way through 2028. Aries is the first house. That's your appearance, your identity, and it's also the sign of new beginnings. It's the first sign in the zodiac, so it's the leader. Some people say that this isn't a good transit, like it's not a great match. I think that the rigidity of Saturn can give direction to and sort of temper the fire that Aries has. I'm an Aries rising, so I know what I'm talking about. There is definitely a tendency for Aries to be very quick, fast, and in a hurry. And with Saturn sitting there, it's basically going to slow that do it down, and it's going to make that energy stop and get it right. It's almost like a simultaneous push forward, but keeping a foot on the brakes a little bit. So this is going to, I feel like it's a potential benefit. If you're someone who has trouble with completing things, seeing things through, if you struggle with that Taurus energy, lean into this transit a lot and let it teach you how to start something, plan it out, and see it through. That's what this transit is that's what the next 2 years are all going to be about. It's going to be about consistency, steady effort, and a measured approach to your plans. I think that's wonderful. Some people might say otherwise. I don't. It's your relationship with the planets. I feel like that's what that is. And I have a lot of Capricorn, so there's a lot of Saturn influence. So I'm just, what is it? Stockholm syndrome? I have a little bit of Stockholm syndrome with Saturn, but that's okay. I love the energy of it. It's making you stronger. It's making you better. It's making you it's turning you into someone that can actually get things done, which I love that. Moving on. February 17th, we have the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. Huge. So the eclipse axis thing happens on like a 2-year cycle. And so this is going to be between Aquarius and Leo. So we're going to have the solar eclipse and then we're going to have the lunar eclipse in Leo. This is definitely going to impact anyone with a fixed sign. If you have a lot of fixed sign energy in your chart, prepare yourself. It's not necessarily going to be a bad thing. This is definitely going to be a highlight. This solar eclipse energy is very powerful. Like you feel these transits 6 months out from when they actually happen. So all of that power is going to be carrying you through. So pay attention to where you have Aquarius, pay attention to where you have Leo, whatever planets or anything that's in those areas, pay attention to it. The last time that we had the Aquarius Leo axis was in 2017 to 2019. So if you can remember that far back, I have memory issues, so we're not going to get into it. If you can remember what was going on around that time, those themes might return. You might face the next level of the themes that came up around that time. Aquarius is the 11th house, Leo is the 5th house, so pay attention to areas concerning those two houses. That's romance, friendship, community, humanitarian efforts, and like playfulness, and just children also. So this could be inner child healing. It could be maybe you're going to be focusing in on those areas, like something in that area. New moon solar eclipse, that's big. February 18th, we have the sun moving into Pisces, and we also will have Venus conjuncting the North Node. 12th house energy. February is 12th house heavy, so like this is going to be a lot of intuitive, creative, free-flowing potential and it's also going to have a little bit of potential for space cadet energy as well. Again, I love Pisces, but they do tend to have that energy of like, it's great because it's fun and it's silly and I love it, but being in that energy, it does, I already kind of have that a little bit, and so with the extra influence, we'll see what happens in February, because that 12th house, it's going to be something. But with Venus conjuncting the North Node, we are going to be encountering seriously magical, fated, destined events. Venus is a wonderful planet to have visiting anywhere because it will shine a light and it will bring positive energy to whatever it is that it's conjuncting with. And with the North Node, that's your fate. That's your destiny. That's where you're going. So with Venus meeting up with the North Node, you're going to have that boost, which is the second boost to getting you on the path. So while we are dealing with that 12th house influence throughout the month, we're also dealing with a lot of pushes and nudges into the direction of where you're meant to be and what's going to be good for you, and just generally alignment with the path. Love that. We have February 20th. Saturn is going to be conjunct Neptune in Aries. Well, again, Neptune actually rules Pisces, so we're still kind of lingering in that 12th house Pisces energy as well. Getting a little hit of that with Saturn as well, which we've already talked about Saturn. This is an opportunity for you to ground your dreams into reality. It could also serve as a wake-up call to where maybe you've been letting yourself dream up all of these things and you come up with these ideas and they don't really have any legs to stand on. Like it's not gonna work out. You're gonna have to like really readjust it and get real about what you're doing. That's nice. Again, with all the Pisces energy, it will be nice. It will be nice to ground. And yeah, it might be tough for some people, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna be one of those people, because again, Aries rising, so that's gonna be hitting my first house pretty hard. So pay attention to where you have Aries in your chart, what house that's going to be hitting in, and think about where there might be some shifts, or maybe you might have a mirror held up to you in that house. Like, I'm probably going to have some realizations about myself that I'm going to love. February 26th. See, just saying it, looking at it is terrifying me. This is the first Mercury retrograde of the year. It's in Pisces. Duh, it's in Pisces. It's going to be carrying on all the way through March 1st, which, great. And so this is just going to intensify all of that Pisces energy. It's going to be highlighting the shadow side of Pisces, which mental fog, emotional haze. You might be dealing with the removal of the rose-colored glasses, maybe. You might be getting into situationships. This could be just you being confused about where you stand with not just the relationships. This could be work. This could be with your relationship with yourself, family members, whatever it is. Just be aware. It's going to hit pretty hard. And with it being in Mercury, that makes me think that it's going to be like a lot of misunderstandings. Just people saying things and it being taken the wrong way. Be aware of that. And for our final transit, we have February 28th. Mercury will be conjunct Venus in Pisces. course, this is the retrograde Mercury falling in line with Venus. This could be old relationships coming up. It could be you feeling some type of way about somebody from way back when. It could also be, and this is a positive, I think, reflecting back on your creative project. Maybe you revisit something that you were working on that you decided to drop. That's a good thing. And it's not always a bad thing to think about past relationships. It's always good to learn from your past. I am a huge, huge advocate for learning from the past. What do they say? If you don't know about history, it's bound to repeat itself. Like, you have to know. And so that's how you figure out what not to do, is by seeing, okay, well, that didn't work back then. It's great. This is going to be clarity. This is going to give you a lot of clarity. That's how I'm choosing to look at it. And that's what I have for, that's what I have for February. We're going to have a time. Lots of Pisces. If you are a Pisces, I love you. And I hope that you have a wonderful time this month. And if you are not a Pisces, I hope that you will survive. Especially if you are earth sign heavy, you're probably gonna not have a good time. But that's okay. We're gonna make it. This happens. These things happen time and again, and we always survive. And it's never a dull moment with stuff in the sky. Thank you for sitting with me. I hope that you have a wonderful February. If you guys end up doing like your own personal dives onto these transits and how they relate to you, and you want to talk about it, I would love that. I'm on TikTok for now. We'll see how that goes. And always here in the comments if you want to drop me a comment. Thank you. And I hope that you are well.